Hi guys, I'm Wendy.
And Chris.
And we are the Traveling Twin Flames. We are out here in Vegas. We were here yesterday and we're checking out this morning. And we just want to do a recap of what we did during our stay. So we are currently at Park MGM, which is an M Life resort. And we just came out here to hang out and try out Bacchanal Buffet at Caesar's Palace, which is a separate property. But we want to share our experience with you. So starting off with the hotel and casino here at Park MGM, I loved the experience.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the better properties that we've stayed at here on the Strip. It's local on the Strip, so.
Yeah, close to a lot of things, close to New York. There's a Ross across the street, Denny's, a food court across the street, yeah. ABC stores, Shake Shack, a bunch of cool stuff that you can check out, Coca-Cola Factory, M&M.
Yeah, it's central to everything, like attractions, food. If you left something at home, easy to shop at Ross right across the street. So yeah.
This property is a bit smaller than the other properties, but we like it because it's more intimate. The walk from our car to the lobby to our rooms was fairly short, especially if you have a lot of stuff with you.
Yeah.
So that's great. This is one of my favorite rooms by far because your room has the standard bed and all that stuff, right? But this room also has a seating area by the window and a table. And we like to bring food back to the room and have drinks and stuff like that. So it's nice to have that section available as well. I'm also a big fan of their pillows here. It's a big thing to me because we've stayed at a lot of different hotels, and sometimes the pillows are too thick or too hard and it just leaves a knot in the back of my neck sometimes.
We normally bring our pillows from home actually.
Yeah.
We forget this time, and I've forgotten my pillows sometimes and I just wake up with a bad neck issue.
Yeah, so pillows here are great. Bathroom here is great too. Shower here is great too. Lots of space in the shower. I liked that the water was hot because we love our hot showers. The water ran really well too.
Yeah.
So if you're interested in staying at Park MGM, give it a try. All of the M Life properties allow you to do contactless check-in, so it's super easy. We left our place like 7:30 and checked in on the mobile app, and as soon as the room was ready, we got a notification. And so the room was ready by 9:30. When we got to the resort, we walked straight to our room, and the Bluetooth function on your phone is a key that will unlock the door to your room. Very, very cool option. But after,
one of things like no key card necessary. Like, there's no
you
walking to the lobby. You don't need that. You can create there's a kiosk to create your own key if you like, or a hard copy.
Using their app, there's a QR code on there, and if you wanted physical keys, you can go to the kiosk and create your own keys. You don't have to, work with any of the staff there to get those keys. Very, very easy. There's
a pool here on site. We didn't happen to use it though. It's a little on the smaller side from what other properties have, but there's I think there's two, like a small area and then a big area.
Yeah. And then next up we went to Bacchanal Buffet, and usually we drive around everywhere, but this time we didn't have to. Yeah, so
the great thing about the locality, Park MGM is locality, but also there's a tram that takes you from Park MGM to Aria, but also to Bellagio, so Park MGM and Bellagio are the two endpoints, but you basically take the tram from Park, go to Bellagio, and then right across the street is Caesar's Palace, where
next door
is located.
Next door. So we walked from Bellagio to Caesar's Palace, and it was nice because we got to drink and not worry about driving. Got on the tram, took a small walk, and then came back. So now getting into the Bacchanal Buffet, which is what everyone wants to hear about. If you want to go to Bacchanal during this time, it is reservation only unless you have status with the resort, which we do. Reservations right now are booked all the way out until July. So we had a separate line because we have status with them. And so the rate there is adults are 65, kids are half off. And I've been there before. But
my first time.
Chris's first time. So again, we'll just get into the food, what sections that there are, and then we'll let you know how we felt about our experience. So again, make your reservation if you're interested, because the line was very, very long and we got there half an hour early. Yeah. So once we got in, we were actually one of the first groups to get in, like maybe the third or fourth group. And you'll see right away they have a seafood section, fresh scallops, lobster claws, crab legs. They have steamed crab legs too. They've got a meat carving section, a Latin section, an Italian section,
sushi, soup, your Asian section, and then obviously the big dessert. I mean, the only one thing they don't have, I mean, typically I couldn't imagine paying $65 and having a salad station. But if you want salads like that, I think there's like a QR code where you scan for alcoholic drinks, which aren't included in the price. And also, like, there's like a vegetarian menu and a vegan menu and a gluten-free menu that I saw when you scan the QR code.
Yeah, so we went around and tried our best to film as much as we could, but eventually it got really crowded. It was hard to do. We grabbed all of our food, brought it back to the table, and started chowing down on it. And then we noticed that they brought by these dim sum carts, which is a new concept. We got to try their
Wagyu hot dog, lobster bisque,
and their dim sum hagao and
shumai.
The one thing like I was curious about is like with those carts, I was like, how many carts are there? You know, are they even going to come by our table? Are we going to miss out on something? But the 3 items, out of the 3 items that we tried, all I really kind of liked was the lobster bisque. But we were told that they added 30 new items to the menu. They did do a whole remodel. So that was really cool. There was a lot of cool new dishes. There was a giant pork suckling that they had. But let's get into how we felt about the food, because Bacchanal has amazing reviews on
rated
Yelp.
One of the highest, I would say, like probably arguably like one of the top, if not the top buffets here in Vegas.
Yeah, and again, we said the line was ridiculous. We were there half an hour early and people were already in line.
It was like a Disneyland line.
It like wrapped around stuff, guys, so make your reservations. But in previous visits, I loved Bacchanal, but I was actually not as pleased this time around.
For someone who was like super stoked to go and try it out, because I heard great things about it, sadly I was pretty disappointed. The best thing there was honestly the lobster claws, which, you know, a lot of places don't have. They have like lobster tails here and there, but the lobster claws were good. The Asian station was pretty good, but sadly, the dessert station was pretty on par. But sadly, like, those are the only things I can really take away from it. I get, you know, that it's rated super high. Maybe it is our preference that, you know, that maybe that's why we don't like certain things. But I just think that a lot of the foods were dry, if not stale. Being like one of the first groups in, you would imagine it'd be a little more fresh, everything just cooked, but that wasn't the case.
Yeah, and it might be because we went so early that the food was dry, because they tried to stock all the stations up, and
to beat the first open rush.
Yeah, and maybe because the food might have been sitting there for quite some time, we experienced drier food. So maybe if you're gonna go to Bacchanal, go a few hours in when food is like rotating out, and so
like a fresh cooked batch is out there.
Yeah, we would recommend that if you want to try out Bacchanal. But we're really excited, and we were just a little disappointed by the food. Some of it kind of tasted bland to me.
Yeah, the steamed crab legs were super salty.
Except for the steamed crab legs.
I was like, how do you? It's crab legs. You literally boil it.
Yeah, I felt like I was eating a mouthful of salt.
Yeah.
So
sushi was a no-go for me. I love sushi. It's like probably my favorite thing to eat. The rice to fish ratio was just absurd. It was like 3 to 1 or 4 to 1 type of thing. It was just. Yeah,
but that was our experience. But you know what I did like? I liked the bone marrow.
Oh yeah, the bone marrow was good.
They have bone marrow there, guys.
So some of the things that you'll see at this buffet and not other buffets, at least that I've experienced, and maybe Wendy's experienced as well, the lobster claws. You normally see lobster tails like at the Rio buffet. Don't see lobster claws. that are just like pre-cut. And the great thing about their claws and everything else is they're kind of carved a little bit, so there's like a little indentation. So all you gotta do is crack it. There are little spikes, so maybe use your napkin, but you can crack it by hand. Don't need the little claw breakers and everything. But I think that was a good thing for the seafood station.
If you've never been, we would say try it because you might like it. Obviously, they have great reviews, so there are people out there who love it. We personally just probably wouldn't go back. It's just not worth it for the costs.
Yeah.
You know, we're not big seafood eaters either. So if you're big on seafood, you'll probably love this place.
Yeah, we saw one guy like have 3 plates of crab legs. He's carrying it like this. But yeah, overall, it was just not up, at least up to par for me personally. I was just hoping for more and just kind of let down.
Yeah, but we'll be back in Vegas again in July, and next time we'll be staying at MGM Grand. Again, this is Park MGM. And MGM Grand has a huge lazy river. We're going to be taking our nephews with us.
Yeah.
And so if you're interested in seeing that video, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you can get updates. We'll also be reviewing some more food while we're out here. We already have a place in mind. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys.